Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I have my co-host Barbara here with me. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Hi, Johnny.
And our guest today, I really like him because, you know, Brittney, when I first met Brittney, everything about her had a lot in common with Barbara. Like, for example, you had an injury, and I think I think the injury that you had sort of set your life in order, if that makes sense. Am I right about that,
Hold
Brittney?
on, Johnny. Can we just
tell us
who we have today? I don't even know. The listeners don't even know Brittney's last name. Who do we have today? Let's start with that.
Hi,
Okay.
I'm Brittney
Hi.
Crandall.
Hi. Gosh,
I'm the
it's
founder
nice to meet
of Rebound
you.
Incorporated. I
Okay.
just started a nonprofit for my recovery for drugs and alcohol. I actually had a brain injury when I was 18. I got bucked off a horse, and so it just led me to this horrible road to destruction, but also recovery. So it led me to my nonprofit, and so we can talk about all that.
Hold on, 'cause you are moving so fast. Okay.
I've never done this before. Yes, I've never done this before.
No, you're doing amazing. I'm just saying, hey, I have got to go through a couple steps here so I get this right. So this is wonderful. Rebound Incorporated is did you say nonprofit?
Yeah.
Is it a charity? Okay. And, it's a place where you help alcoholics and just drug addicts. Any other kind of thing do you help rehabilitate there?
Just really anything that people need help with bouncing back from. You know, it could be a loss of a loved one. It could be food addiction, sex addiction, anything like that. Anything that you really want to get help with and change your life.
Okay, that's good to know, because some might just focus on one thing. That you do all of that. But my question is, before you continue to tell us all about it, is you said you got kicked off a horse. You got bucked off a horse, and then you got a brain injury. Did you know that when you were that age? Did your parents take you to the hospital, or did you say you were 18?
Yeah, so I was actually 17 on the day of, but I ended up. Can you hold on 1 second? My little boy's supposed to be quiet, and he's not being quiet at all.
Okay,
One
that's
second.
fine. Sure.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so sweet. Johnny, do you know how old her little boy is?
I've met them. They're really sweet. Actually, I helped Brittney send a video to Ellen, and I used the Blue Jeans to do it. And we did. And what we did was we put. I know it's true. We actually put. You know
Blue
where we
Jeans,
put up
so
the.
you were on camera with the. So you saw. Okay, my question first of all is, how old is her child? Is he a toddler? And you just went insane talking about the Ellen show. So, Brittney, are you back?
I said that because your boy was in the video that we sent to Ellen. That's why.
Okay. Well, before I hear the story about the bouncing baby on the knee or the teenager or whoever, I would like to, know how old this child. What did you say, Brittney?
He just turned 3.
Oh, what a sweet age.
Yes,
you know how they say, do they say terrible twos?
He's such a good boy.
They say terrible twos, actually, and my daughter never went through any bad phase. I feel like I got lucky, but it sounds like you are getting lucky too.
Yeah, he's a really good boy, and he's really good at everything that he does. So he has his moments, though,
wonderful.
But for the most part,
that's wonderful. We're going to get to family too on this show. I don't want to interrupt you, but good job, Mother, because it's like pin quiet now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about. Okay, I want us just to know the correlation between the jump from brain injury to now you are you have this foundation, obviously. It's coming
Yes.
from your heart if it's yours. And what
Yes.
is the correlation between the two?
So when I was 17, me and my friends thought it was a great idea to do horseback riding for the Sadie Hawkins dance. So we were all excited about riding horses. There was about 8 of us, 8 girls and 8 guys. And we were like, yeah, let's ride horses too. So we were just going to ride horses and then go to our dinner and drop the horses off there. And then we would eat and then go to the dance. And so my mom kept saying, Brittney, I just don't think this is a really good idea. I don't think you should ride horses. It's just too big of a pain. And I'm like, no, Mom, we all want to. No, we have to do this, So anyway, so we ended up doing it. And right when I left the house, my mom says, okay, I'll see you in the hospital later. And I was like, oh, that's real nice. Thanks, Mom.
Oh.
So I blame her for everything. Just kidding.
That
I
is
don't.
weird, right?
Yeah,
because
so
she's
weird.
so just kidding, but sometimes you just are saying, don't joke like that, or don't put that in the universe, because it kind of it is putting it in the into the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
so what happened was
say about it?
So what happened was my friend went and got because we had 3 sets of horses, some from our pasture, some from one of my other friend's pasture, and then another friend's pasture. And my date's dad went and got all of them because we were really close with the horses and stuff. And so he went to get all the horses, and he met us at the Boy Scout office where we were going to start riding. So one of the horses was kind of jumpy and kind of like just being kind of wild. And I was like, it looked like one of the horses that was my friend's horse. Her name was Brooke. And, so I was like, oh, I'll ride Brooke. I've ridden her before, but I didn't really like to ride her because she was a little too wild for me, but I was like trying to be the great horseman riding the horse or whatever, for everybody else
but
to ride all the nice horses.
Though, right?
Yeah.
You were a real good horse woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I used to ride horses and go hunting a lot with my dad and different things. So I ended up getting on the horse, and it was fine. But then I was like, well, she's kind of jumpy. But when my date got on, I said, let's be careful because she's being kind of weird today. So he gets on, and I start taking pictures with my camera, and all of a sudden she starts bucking and throws my date off into the ditch. And my date was like, jump off. And I'm over there like riding horses like cowgirl style, like, I got this, I'm fine.
Gosh.
So she throws me off into the road, and I land on my back and hit the back of my head. And
on the pavement?
Yeah, on the pavement. And then right after I got thrown off, a motorcyclist almost hit me. So I almost got ran over. And then,
was he okay, or did he veer off and crash?
Yeah, my friend was good. And you know what's even more weird? That a year before, at the same time, on the same road with my best friend, he got in an accident, in a car accident with her down the road on a different corner on the same road at the same time, same day, a year before that.
On the same horse?
No, it was a car accident, but with my best friend.
Wait. Okay, when you say, let me get it right. When you and your date, which is your boyfriend, you first got on the horse, which was very spirited at the time, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then you said when he got on, was he getting onto your horse or a different
same
horse?
Same
so
horse.
He's on the back of you?
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
heavy,
and he wanted
isn't it?
Yeah, well, horses are fine with riding double, but and we had ridden that horse before double too, but not that horse. So what happened was
not that one.
Come to find out that horse was a broke horse that my aunt let her friend go put in. She got a new horse, and she said, "Oh, just go put it in my brother's pasture." So she went and put that horse in our pasture, which my friend's dad didn't know that wasn't a horse for us to ride, and nobody did. So the horses
are you
got
saying
mixed
it wasn't
up.
Broke? Did you say it was not?
Yeah.
Broke.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of people don't know what that means out there who are not in the horse world. being trained, and
so the
you
horse
can't just get on that. It's going to go crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
It really. Yeah. When you were putting the saddle on, that's when it was probably really getting agitated, I would imagine.
She was, but not too much, like where it would be like. It actually looked like she probably was ridden a couple times, but not hardly any, you know.
Okay, what was that horse's name?
I don't even know that horse's name.
You don't? Oh, my gosh. So you got on a horse, basically, that you didn't even know at all.
Didn't even know.
Near this busy street with another horse, and you were thinking it's safe, and it was so dangerous. I'm so glad you're still here, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so
so luckily, the reason why I'm still here
Sorry about
is
that.
because, a lady in a white car shows up in a white outfit and says, "You, little girl, need to go to the hospital right now." And I was like, "I'm fine. Like, I'm good. I don't need to go to the hospital. I'm going to the dance." You know, like, no, I'm not going to screw my night up. Like, this is fine.
Right.
And she kept saying, "You really need to go to the hospital." Yeah, she's like, "I saw you fall off that horse, and I really think you need to go." And she wouldn't take no for an answer. And so finally, my friend Megan she was like, okay, how about this? If I go with you, will you go to the hospital? And I was like, oh, fine, you know. So me and Megan got in her car, and she said, "Let's go down to Brittany's house because it's just like a block away to my house, and tell her mom what happened." So we went down to my house, and the lady told my mom. My mom was in cooking dinner for my sister and her friends for the Sadie Hawkins dance. So she told her, and she's like, "Well, get her in my car." And the lady was like, "No, we don't have time. She needs to go straight to the hospital." And they both looked out to the car, and I was like putting my head back and forth like I didn't know what was going on. And so I don't remember any of this. This is what was told to me. And so then she's like, "I'll meet you at the hospital in 5 minutes or whatever." And so she's like, "Okay, I'll meet you there." So then my mom gets to the hospital to talk to the lady and tell her thank you for bringing me there. And she was gone. She just disappeared, and she couldn't ever find her.
Like
she didn't know where she was.
Mm-hmm. Like an angel we were probably trying to save. Lady in white. But so you must have lost memory in some other spots too, though. But you remembered her specifically?
Well, no. This is just from what my friend told me and my mom.
Oh.
So this is, my friend said this is what happened. And all I remember is getting on the horse and then taking the pictures and telling him, "Let's be careful because she's being wild." And that's all I remember from then. From then on.
Did you have brain bleed or a fractured skull?
I had brain bleed. It was subdural hematoma, so my brain was swelling and it was clotting.
So is it better if it cracks so it would have more room? I don't really know. Or it is?
I'm pretty sure it would,
And that gives it more room. But so yours was so dangerous because you had no room for that swelling. Did you have to get emergency brain surgery?
Yeah, so I was in the I was in the emergency room, and I started saying that my mom was my sister.
Right.
Hold on one second. I don't know. Is your show off? Yeah. Okay. Can you say hi to everybody?
She sounds so sweet. Hi. What is your name? You're live on air.
Can you tell her your name?
I'm unfrozen.
Sorry.
Mama, I'm frozen.
Cool, bud. Okay, I'm trying to get this show back on for him. Okay, hurry. Tell me which one.
Just go concentrate, because I always talk to Johnny when we need to, so it's not a big deal. Why don't you go do that for a few minutes, and we will. Johnny, I want to ask you something.
Okay.
What?
Johnny, are you there?
I'm here.
Why are you not? Okay. Have you ever let her go do her son for a couple of minutes so she's not, she's just relax. It's not that big of a deal. We have time. But I know how it is being a mom of a toddler because they don't know. They don't know how to not talk out. They don't know what a radio show is. So you have to have a lot of patience, and that's just the way it is. And I've been there. I even took my daughter, Priscilla, on auditions and I could tell they did not like it. The casting directors, they're like, okay. I'm like, can't you just come in? I don't want to leave her outside. I mean, she's 5. And she would sit there, and she never was loud. She sat there, but it was interruptive. I mean, because you're thinking, are you going to bring her on set if we hire you? It's
I know.
Thing, but you got to go try. You got to do what you got to do. And if you had to get a babysitter every time you had a casting in LA, I mean, that'll cost you $40 each time, every day. I mean,
well, actually, I think that
you
people who
normally
are
have.
friends can relate to you in the sense that your children come with you, in a sense, if that makes sense. I mean, you sort of have to, think in terms of, like, even when Priscilla is not there with you, you need to plan things in regards to Priscilla, because she's your daughter, Yeah,
but it didn't really matter in my, hold on, I don't see you say excuse me. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say one last thing about it. I'm sure she'll be back soon. Is it didn't really matter if I had to face that, but if it was 20 years prior, because I had my child I was 37. Pregnant at 36. That's enough time, your 20s, your 30s, to have to yourself for your career. And you actually really liked all of the interruptions. And you liked that new way of living because that's something that you've dreamt of having for a long time, your child. But if you're very, very young, so many goals to achieve. But then there is this little child there with maybe no dad, and I can imagine that would be very tough. So I don't even know about our guest, Brittney Crandall, who's telling us a very intense story right now about the accident she had. We're at the climactic part, and she'll be back in a few seconds. But okay,
I'm
you're
back.
Okay, good. Well, I don't even know your story, modeling. If you did model, you are a model. I put down in the description that when I told my Facebook followers about the show today to listen live at 5, everybody, about you, I said former model because I think that's what Johnny said. But we're going to get to that too later. We're right at the climactic part of you're in the hospital bed. I mean, you came out of the surgery, obviously. And I wanted to ask about your mom. I mean, was she just freaking out? And your mom and dad, your family?
Well, yes. So I started throwing up blood, and I started saying that my mom was my sister and that my friend was my cousin. And then I had a grand mal seizure right in front of my mom. And so they took her away.
Exactly?
It's like the worst seizure you could have.
Like what?
So
I just like very moving a lot.
Yep. And then eyes glossed over and gone. So like I was gone after that. So,
oh no, my gosh, that is so horrible.
Yeah.
Like
imagine that with your daughter.
That, and then you're just gone, and they think, okay, that's how she just died in front of us. I mean, oh my God. Yeah. Thank God,
and the thing was
that God was watching over you that didn't let that happen. Oh, God.
Yes. So at that time, the doctors, too, they kept saying, or the nurses, like when I threw up, they were like, oh, that's just chilly. She's going to be fine. We're just going to wait a little bit longer for the doctors to get in here. So nobody was taking it serious. And then I had a grand mal seizure. And then they were like, oh, my gosh, we have to life flight her right now. We can't do this. She's got to have brain surgery.
So they couldn't even do the brain surgery there at that hospital?
No, I had to be life flighted to St. Alphonsus in Boise.
They should have life flighted you from where they found you, right? Or could they not do that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but nobody knew I was hurt because I was coherent and I was saying I was fine.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and that's like a typical
concussion,
whether a really bad concussion or mild, same symptoms right there. So it's very hard to determine, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And
okay,
so but
going
luckily,
back, does anybody Does anybody going back regret, like, I mean, thank God for that woman in the white car, white suit with,
Yeah.
well,
I don't regret riding the horse, but I do wonder what my life would have been like if we didn't ride horses. I don't regret anything in my life. I know I've made a lot of bad decisions, but it made me who I am today now, and so now I'm able to speak of my purpose and to help others acknowledge things and bad behaviors and whatnot. And so, yeah.
Well, now we
it's
need
hard
to hear
deal with.
about how did this to your life. If you are saying, I wonder how my life would have been different, then you're obviously thinking, what if this accident didn't happen? So this accident must have affected your life. I mean, I'm just meeting you for the first time right now. Johnny knows you better, but please, can you tell us how it has affected your life and what happened with your brain injury?
So
how did that
right
affect
before
you?
my brain injury, I got asked to do modeling from the local photographer and to do, because he had given me my senior pictures and he was taking them to a Florida photography event. And he's like, oh my gosh, everybody loved your pictures. I want you to model for me. You're going to do amazing. And yeah, so that was when I started, but then I had my brain injury.
And you always wanted to be? When you were young in high school and junior high, did you always dream of being a model?
Yes,
and you knew
I always
you could be.
But no, I didn't. I had big teeth, I had big eyes, and everyone made fun of me when I was little. I was bullied.
Yeah,
and
but
so
you doesn't matter what they're thinking. You looking into the mirror. What did you see? Did you see the talent peering through all of those things that you can grow into, or they look great? I mean, maybe your teeth are big, but they're straight and gorgeous and smile. You know what I mean? Did you personally look at yourself and say, I could do it? I want to know.
I think it was more from my dad. My dad would always say, you have a really good model look. And I'm like, really? Like, I always dream of that, but I don't see it. And so, like, for me, for some reason, I see cuteness in me, and I don't see model. I see fun, quirky personality, just friendly type. I don't see, like, when people say you're gorgeous, I'm like it's just, to me, I don't see it. But when people tell me to do it, I'm like, okay, I'll do it because you think so. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to.
I'm going to look you up right now, Brittney Crandall.
Yeah.
I will look you up right now. I bet everybody else wants to go look you up and see what they think, because this is interesting. Let's see. You think you're a cute look, and I mean, I saw a tiny little picture of you for our thumbnail for the show, and that's it. And I all day didn't have a chance. I wanted to go follow you everywhere, which I do to all of our wonderful guests, of course, but I didn't have a chance. And I was telling Johnny right before you came on, right before the show, we were chatting, and I said, you know, sometimes that's okay, because there was a point for one full year, Johnny and I did a show every single day. You're going to have to just go in and meet the person there that minute. You may not have time to do a bunch of research.
Can I ask you
many times, but I'm not finished making my point, Johnny.
That's okay.
May I please continue?
Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, if I can even remember, geez. Anyway, I'm just saying that I didn't have time, and sometimes it comes out better on the show because it's really genuine. When I ask you a question, it's because I really don't know.
I like this.
Seeing your picture. I mean, I don't want to make you uncomfortable by looking you up, but we did set that up to make people want to. Okay, so now you go on while I look you up. Go on and tell us about, the brain injury. How did that stop you from modeling? What physically?
So I ended up taking pictures with the photographer, but I had a shaved head, and so I had good pictures, but I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't like the way I looked. What's that?
What kind of head? I didn't hear you. What kind of head?
Oh, I had a shaved head.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, everybody in my school, they called me, and my recovery was was amazing. Like, I was supposed to be in the hospital from October 23rd until February, and I got out on November 7th, and I was supposed to be in ICU for months. Yeah, and right before I was life-flighted, my bishop came and gave me a blessing right on the stretcher right before I got life-flighted. And then when that night, all my friends, they went to their, or not that night, but that weekend, all my friends went to one of my friends' houses and did a fast and testimony meeting. And the cops showed up to break up this big party because they thought it was a party, and they ended up staying and fasting for me. So the community came together for me.
Wow.
It was amazing. I was on the news and everything, and because I was the head cheerleader,
cool.
you know. Yeah, so it was a big deal.
Wow, wait. Let me make sure. Are you, okay, is Utah, I don't know. No. I think this is the wrong one. Well, I'm looking you up on Facebook, and I think that it's the wrong Brittney. That's all.
It could be.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
It's okay. It's probably the one with my mom and my sister and my little daughter when I couldn't get into that one. So the one that has the sugar skull and the angel with
so
the fire in the water.
Okay,
yeah, that's
Brittney.
me.
So I thought, that must not be you because I just saw the skull and then I looked down and I thought, I didn't even see the rebound. I thought worked at outdoor service and oh my gosh, because I don't have my glasses on. Oh,
okay.
My gosh. I read it all wrong. Yes, I see it now. Wow. We have a lot of mutual friends on Facebook.
Really?
Ooh. Well, no. That's just 17 mutual friends, 58 mutual friends, 1 mutual friend.
That's cool.
I don't know. I never really go on Facebook, but I just thought for sure you would be on Facebook. Everybody has to have a Facebook if they have a foundation. It's really good for that. Plus you can go on live, which we do sometimes while we do our show. That's cool. And I always do live Facebook. Good. And there you are. Now let me look. I'm going to get my glasses on. Is Johnny there?
I'm right here.
I find that
I'm right here. I was just waiting.
You don't have any
to ask my question, so I was waiting for the time to ask my question. So.
Oh, I forgot about it. Please ask the question.
Should I go ahead and ask?
Yes, please.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear you.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny's
it's funny. We met. I met Brittney on the Beyond TV boot camp, as I met some of the other people on this we've had on the show.
I love that, you guys. I know all about it. I love it, and I love.
And what I was going to say is that there is something that Brittney is doing is the Be Seen Live, and the only reason I wanted to bring that up is that this is going to give you a chance to get your rebound thing out there. You think that's going to help you out with the rebound, by the way?
Yes, I've been so encouraged by just doing all these different things on how to actually connect with producers and how to have my statements and my messages and everything that I need to know in order to actually contact these producers and the people I want to connect with. But for the last 6 years, I've been just writing to Ellen DeGeneres and hoping to get on her show, but I'm kind of losing faith because her show's going to stop here. But they do say on her website there's still so it says nominate someone from your community that's doing a good job or something, and so I just have everybody go onto her website.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. You know why? Because even if Ellen stops that certain show, she's not the type of person who doesn't like to be involved in projects. She's so highly talented. She will be, on maybe something more like what we do, more an intimate scale, like podcasts, but like on a couch, that kind of thing instead of a big, huge set. And you will do it. So get that all out of your mind because it's not good energy. It doesn't attract anything. Worrying about that. Because I do that. I'm worrying about time. I don't have time. The time's running out. And that's your worst enemy right there because it's going to go no matter what. and we all know time just goes by fast, but what if we don't think about it? Okay, so and then I wanted to, before, because you guys went on and off the subject so quickly, but I love this, what you are doing this. What would you call it? You're learning, you're taking a seminar, a class,
yes,
what is it called? And tell us the title again.
We were taking the Be on TV boot camp, and it comes around every once in a while. And the people who are in the Be on TV boot camp are going to be allowed to be on. Is it okay if I mention this next part, Barbara? You know this next part?
No, I do not know. No, it is not okay. No. I just want to stick right to Brittney and you. Just talk about how you met there, and what are you talking about when you say they come to town, or they? Yeah. Is it physical?
Well, what
they
do is
there,
they come online.
Is it online?
They tell you how to make a pitch to a producer to be interviewed on a show like, say, the Today Show, Good Morning America. In other words, I want to learn to do this so that I want to learn to do this.
I get it. I get it. No, hello. I get that part. I totally get that part. What is it called again? Be on TV challenge?
Boot
camp. Boot camp? Wait. So isn't there one called Be on TV challenge too?
Yeah, and they make you go live. And so what they did the first day was they said or the second day, they said go live and tell us about something that you were on TV for that's your dream come true. So I said that I went on Ellen. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe she showed up at my doorstep. I got to meet her. You guys all said I couldn't make it. Well, look at me now. I was like beaming and saying, thank you so much for the support. You guys all wrote into Ellen. And it felt so real. It was so
and the
cool.
badass challenge. Remember that part?
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, we did a
they
thing
have
where
you act like that, like you're acting it out, like you already have it, and you go on live on like a Zoom, Blue Jeans or Zoom type platform.
Facebook.
Is that where you do it?
On the group.
Yes.
Yeah,
and Johnny does this too?
Yep, I did this, and we did this. I did the one where I basically was talking like I'd just been on Ellen, pretending like I was just been on Ellen. And we also had another challenge called the Badass Challenge, where we name a great accomplishment.
Can I just say something about that challenge before you change again? I can't keep up with all of these topics. Okay.
That's okay.
So I'm thinking that lesson they're teaching you is amazing. It's not really a practice to know how to manifest.
Right.
Yes, that's what I agree with that fully. I feel like it's just putting it out in the universe, and then meeting Johnny and him saying, hey, so you're the one who wants to get on Ellen? He's like, I might have a way to connect with her a little closer. And I'm like, oh, really? So then he told me about the video that I could send to her and the URL. And so we got that done. And then I sent it out to her. So
another company, or he helped another person do it. So I think you've helped. Yeah. This is your third person, so he knows the road.
Yeah. What happened was, this is the third person that I've actually done. This is the second person that I did this with. My philosophy is, you're going to write a celebrity, at least have a way to get the person to know that you got in touch with the person. So I don't want to go into if you want, I'll go into the details of how I did it, but I made a video you send a celebrity to a celebrity, and you know that they got it, or at least you know that it was signed for, like, if that makes sense. Did you want me to explain it, or did you want me to?
Well, is this, just let me ask you, is this part of what their lesson is? I just want to interject this one thing. I know about this kind of thing, and I just totally really think it's great, because I used something like this when I was 18 years old, when I wanted to be a flight attendant, and it taught me every single step on how to do everything from, first your bio. And here I am with a typewriter. I mean, this is like 1987. And I followed it to a T, and I got a flight attendant job. There's 100 airlines out there in America. Did you guys know that? And did you know how to send a request for an interview or, all these steps. There's a lot of steps. It's very professional. This thing was called FAPA, Future Aviation Professionals of America. My dad ordered it for me. I followed it to a T. I had a flight attendant job. I moved to Nashville, Tennessee. My uniform, right out of high school. I was 18. I mean, boom.
That's
changed
cool.
my hair blonde. Professional. Walking down the corridor. I mean, these things are so cool. But now that I know that this one actually incorporates like paranormal, like manifesting your destiny type stuff, that is even better. That is really up my alley.
Yeah, well, and then guess what? So they do giveaways every day for the most engaged people on the Facebook Live, and so they did $50 a day, and then on Friday they did double day. So I won $100 on Friday for being the most engaged, or on Thursday, and then on Saturday after everything was done, I got an email saying that I won the most engaged person on Facebook out of 4,400 people. I won $500.
And what's interesting is, let me tell you,
did you get a lot more followers too? Did you?
You're gonna love this part. Did you ever
get a lot more followers too?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my followers on Facebook because I don't know how to do business versus family. You know what I mean? Friends and family.
Oh, I know.
So I haven't really
get a celebrity page.
But
I did that.
Yeah.
You just have to get one for your fan. It's just called a fan page. It will have your name and then it will be official, like official Barbara Moore or a Barbara Moore official. I can't remember, Johnny. Anyways, Facebook.com, / Barbara Moore official, whatever. It's the one that is your fan page. So that's how you do it. I do my Facebook's completely separate. One is family and conservative, and my other one's more, sexy, some, links to Playboy stuff, I have a Playboy Playmate group page. I am the administrator. I mean, I think I have like 7,000 people on there, Johnny, and it was just I just happened to type it in thinking, oh my gosh, wouldn't that be funny if that was available? And it was. And 2 years ago. Can you believe that? So if you don't know what's going on in the world, you're not going to get very far. You have to keep in there. And sometimes I'd like to read your manual because maybe there's some steps I'm missing.
Well, wanted to say something else about did you ever see the show Give Me a Break? Did you ever see that show, Barbara?
No. Who was in that?
Okay.
And what year was that?
It was Nell Carter. It was a show about a housekeeper who lives with the chief of police, and he had.
Yes,
okay.
I know that one.
All right. Okay.
They went from poor to very wealthy. And she was the housekeeper that.
Nell Carter.
Elaborate.
Was the thing? No, here's the
point.
It
wasn't called that though. It wasn't called that. It was like.
No, it was called Give Me a Break.
To the east side, right?
You're thinking
Brittney,
of the Jeffersons. You're thinking of the Jeffersons.
Yeah.
What?
I am thinking of the Jeffersons.
Was the name of it. Give Me a Break was the name of it. And it was about a housekeeper named Nell who lived with the chief of police, and the chief had about 3 kids, 3 daughters. Well, what it is on that show, there was a lady named Carrie Michelson was her name, actress. She was in the boot camp. And we got to talk to her, and I found out who she was, and we did a couple of breakout sessions where they were coaching. This is with some of the people that we've actually had on. Nicole Mitchell, we've had her on before, but I don't want to get too sidetracked. But the point I'm trying to get at here is that I think Brittney's going to get a lot of benefits from this, from the things that she's getting. So, I mean, don't you agree with that?
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm super excited, and so back to the modeling thing. I did some modeling and did some non-syndicated reality shows, and all through my addiction, I guess you could say. But now I've always manifested too that I was going to be in my prime at my 40s. So now I'm like, okay, this is it. And so I just signed with Urban Talent Agency. So I have all that coming up. So I'm super excited about getting my headshots on the 21st.
We don't even know how old you are. Because
I'm going to be 40.
I'm not multi, and so I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
Okay, is this on your Facebook? All this? No, you probably don't put your age there. You didn't have to tell me.
Yeah,
it's so bad that I even asked, but I just wanted a ballpark range. So because I'm trying to figure out if you were 18 when this accident happened and it affected you. So I mean, you went on to do that photo shoot, but I want to know what happened between then and now. I mean, that's a long time there. How did your first 5 years? What happened in your first 5 years after the accident, or maybe 10?
So the first 5 years. First of all, the doctors told my parents to be careful with me. My behaviors are going to be bad. I might smoke pot and party. I might have sex a lot. Everything's just going to go crazy. And I was like, no way. I am absolutely not, because I was like a Mormon girl, you know, and I was, you know, I had tried smoking weed when I was in 10th grade, and I was like, no way, I'm not doing that. I'm being a good girl, and I just went back to being good. And so after that, after the doctors told my parents that, they tried to really keep me at home and like really cornered, I guess, and they didn't want me to go out anywhere because they were worried about me.
Hold on.
So then,
is this a thing with brain trauma that people do this? Really? I never heard. I didn't hear that. I didn't know that. Wow.
People with brain injuries usually go off the deep end.
But so how was your brain when you were still in the hospital? Of course, you lost your memory. You probably didn't get you didn't get a lot of that back. But anything else different?
So
did you have to relearn anything?
I was in a coma for a week, and I literally, so they were thinking that I was going to be in a coma for like a month. And I woke up one day and I said to my dad, change the channel. I don't want to watch this. And he's like, what? And there's just balloons and flowers and posters everywhere. I'm like, what are these? I'm like, why are all these here? I'm like,
wow.
I need to go to the bathroom. And I went to get up, and my dad's like, you can't go anywhere. I'm like, what? Why can't I go anywhere? Like, I didn't understand any of it. And so then he said, well, you can try to get up, but your legs aren't going to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did not even know.
Yeah, I didn't realize the extreme.
And then, but you woke up, all of the balloons, at least you were able to see that. You know, a lot of people are in their comas, or, you know, they get all of their flowers after they pass away at their funeral, and they want to they want to see those, but you got to. And then once you learned, you had brain, did your dad say you had brain surgery, you were in an accident, you had brain surgery, now this is what you're going to be facing? And when he said that, if he did he tell you what you were going to face? Like, what was wrong with you? Was anything really wrong with you, or could you still function normally? So
I was pretty much going to rehab. So I was like, I had to learn. Hold on, I'm sorry. Can you give me 1 second?
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But Johnny, here, I'm trying to understand. Okay, the accident happened at 18. I want to know, how did the accident affect her from not doing modeling? And I don't want to run out of time. Can you help me get back with that question, please? Because I'm not, because we have 15 minutes left, and I really want to know what happened. I mean, do you know? Is it on her website?
I mean,
like physically, if it stopped her from doing something, what was the ailment? Like, could she not walk the same, think the same? Drive?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. And what happened to you, though? What were your injuries exactly when you got out of the hospital that you were facing in life that stopped you from modeling?
So pretty much just just healing. I had to heal. And so
a long time.
My mom, so I just kind of didn't really do anything about it because I was, in healing mode, and so I didn't even really think about modeling until it was brought up to me again about 2 or 3 years later, and then I started modeling again.
Okay, so that wasn't that long. Some people don't start modeling seriously until their mid-20s anyway, so it's not like you missed out, maybe you started a little later. So thank goodness
so
you still were able to do
portfolio.
that.
I need to update my portfolio. Sure. But
we always need to, right? You can update it yourself and take your own pictures. I do. People love. They don't know. They're so professional. The cameras on these phones are even better than anything. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, there's so many ideas, and I can't wait to hear more about what you learned because this is intriguing. And I'm so glad there is something out there like this. I don't know how many exist, but that you can go and have step-by-step lessons, exercises, knowledge.
Yes.
Also,
and that's
sure
the thing.
They give you a wealth of connections, right, with links and ideas and books, and I'm sure it's just amazing. Is this expensive?
Is it expensive for the rebound thing?
Is it expensive for maybe a young professional who doesn't have extra income? I'm saying for like a young, I don't know, like somebody who doesn't have much, I don't know.
But are you talking about
what
like
would
the modeling
be, Johnny?
Are you talking?
Take your course. I'm asking, is it expensive? But like, I don't know. I don't know.
Talking about the Be on TV Live, I think that's what she's talking about. Right? Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, this, right?
Yeah, I don't have a program yet. Well, I do. I have my knowledge, and I did do recovery coaching, and so I'm still in the process of making that live and actually charging for a program. But what I'm trying to do is get a building to where we can have meetings where people can come and get resources and clothing and get their hair done to where they feel better about being in recovery. And then if they become a member at Rebound, then they can get different discounts around town at like the restaurants or different better clothing instead of just the DI or whatever, like
I love it.
hand-me-downs.
No, I was okay, but I have to interrupt you really quickly. I wasn't asking if your charity foundation was expensive for people. I was asking that how to be famous. Wait, what is it called again? I keep writing this down. Be on TV boot camp. Is that course expensive?
The Be Seen Live now. So there's the Be on TV boot camp, and now it's Be Seen Live. And the only way that I was able to do this was from an amazing lady. Her name's Lisa McDougall, and she wrote a book called Should I Stay or Should I Go? And I actually work doing landscaping at her house, and she's like my mentor. And so she helped me pay for it, and she just believes in me. And so I'm so blessed that she was able to pay for it. It was $697.
Oh, wow. I like how you you tell it how it is. No beating around the bush, and I like that about you. Okay, now we don't even have to look that up. But how long is the course? And it sounds like it's worth it, every penny.
3 days, but it's an 8-week process. So it used to be 8 weeks, and then they just narrowed it down to 3 days. I started at 9 o'clock this morning and ended at 3:30. So
wow.
And it's a really good program. I'm loving it.
Okay, so let me get it straight. If I heard you correctly, this is what I think. One of the things that they said to go out on the field and do, part of your training, is to get on live. And you coming on our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness Live podcast, you're doing it. Wow.
Yeah.
So do you get points, or do you just learn, or do you come back? Is it a competition with the other students?
It's just about reaching connections and having the ability to tell your story. And if if you are present. You know what I mean? So they're telling you you have to be present. So if somebody like Jonathan Alexander is going to call me and say, hey, do you want to do a podcast? You need to be present. So you can do that.
And you're making yourself present. I have to go back over to my computer and look because I don't know why I got sidetracked, but I did, and I didn't look at your photo. And remember, I was going to see if you're cute, model-like, or, other. What do you think, Johnny? I want to know your opinion.
I mean, I think she has kind of a cute look. I mean, that says. I mean, first of all, I think that a woman is beautiful when she can be cute. That's beautiful and cute at the same time. So I would say that Brittney has kind of a cute look, sort of a protective look. I'm very sweet. Girl next door.
Okay, I still haven't looked at that. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you lose that anyway, it's not even something that, oh, you're cute because you have little bangs or long eyelashes or an upturned nose. It's all about, it's an energy, it's a look in the eye, it's just the way you carry yourself, and that's something you can actually lose. And we don't want to lose that wonderful, cute spirit, do we?
No. Absolutely
a
not.
Wonderful
if you go
compliment from Johnny.
If you go to my
you
Instagram
are cute, but
photos,
I wouldn't say, oh, no, I would not say, oh, she's cute. I would definitely say, oh, she's so pretty. That's how I would describe your face. Yes.
That's what people say.
It's not cute. It's pretty. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you're getting pretty way more than you've ever gotten cute, right?
But it just makes me blush. For some reason, it just makes me like, what? Are you serious? Like, I don't know what it is, but it just feels weird.
Well, you're
sort of
still
girl
humble.
next door type thing, just sort of like.
Yeah, but that's different than cute.
Well, I
the
mean,
girl next door could be a total bitch too, Johnny.
I know. Well, I mean, that's
okay. I want to interject. Okay, let's not keep going on and on and on about. We're not scrutinizing every little part of her look. I wanted to ask you: are you still living in Salt Lake City, Utah?
Yes, I am.
Oh. One of my
know.
best friends, who's a top agent, is from there.
Really?
Kurt. Oh, yeah. We've had him on. He would love you. But you would have to get to wherever they're doing the job. You can't just not go to the job if you get it. But they're doing now a lot of on-camera due to COVID. Now it's a thing. It's way easier for a lot of casting directors. He said it stuck. Barbara, it works. He's like, he lives in Mexico, for God's sakes, okay? You can do whatever. He used to have an agency right in Beverly Hills for years. People don't do that anymore. Okay, so he would love to represent you, but I need to take you through you don't call him. He likes you to send. I get the email, I send you the link, you fill it out, and you send it, because if then they accept you, they have, in that second, your information that's ready to go, boom, boom, boom. That's how he does it. So, I've helped another person do it, but he has San Francisco, L.A., and, go to Wild Models, and you will see all the bookings. It's like daily commercials, and those are what pays the most. I just don't go on castings anymore, but he direct books me on things, or I have him for advice. He's my best friend. Johnny knows him.
Awesome.
We've had him on the show. I'll send you the link, too, of that show. That was funny. And
cool.
So, hey, you just got another thing. Now you have an agent.
Yeah.
Or maybe you already have one.
So,
do you already have one?
I do. Yeah, I have the Urban Talent Modeling Agency. And so I'm just learning everything I need to get done for those. Like, I got to take the 2 master classes and then my headshot class tomorrow. But, I already know how to be in front of the camera. That's not a problem. They just have steps. You have to do a video that you send to the producers.
You get more headshots. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just starting out with them, and so if I can, once I get my videos that I'm sending out with them, I could send those out to you to send to your friend when I get done with
Okay, but what are what are they? What are the videos?
I don't know. I think they're just videos that you send to the directors that.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of work. And that's when people are going to start dropping off, and you'll see the serious people at that point, because to set everything up, get your lighting right, make yourself sound good, and then do a really good take that you actually want to send in, that's actually a lot of work. I mean, you have to be passionate about wanting this business to do that.
Right.
Oh my gosh, so cool. And you're ready for it, and you're ready and willing to do whatever comes your way, because you really love this. And it is called, it is called this company, Be on TV Boot Camp, but they're also called Be Seen Live.
Yeah, that's the next step one. And there's going to be producers there tomorrow.
Company.
Jen Gottlieb and Chris Winfield. Well,
Johnny has the link. I would like to share that on our post when we post your show.
The thing is that it's a sporadic thing. You never know when it's going to be made available. I mean, it's not like something that you could join right now, is what I'm trying to say. But the point is that I think Brittney is going to get the benefit of it, as am I. I always do it because I bring guests from it.
Yeah,
and I think we have a caller. Did you want to take a call?
Okay. Are you ready for that, Brittney?
Cool.
Okay. Area code 228, you're on the air.
Hey, partner, it's David. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, last time we spoke on your channel, you were getting ready to meet her face-to-face. Did you guys ever meet in person when I listened to your radio show?
You better hang it up, Johnny, now.
I did.
Hang that person up. And you know what, Johnny? It was such a weird feeling because we have callers all the time. And Brittney, I knew it when Johnny says, we have a caller, and it's not our Psychic Friday. I knew it was going to be the great caller. I knew it, and it was.
Does he do that often?
It 1 second. That's why I said, hang it up. What? I mean, this is a family show. I'm sorry to interrupt, and I want to hear, oh, my God, but I want to tell you, I didn't want anything. Before, I didn't care because we have that 18 and up, but since you have a child and this is very professional and our show it's not an adult show, I didn't want that one guy who's very rude to ruin it, because he has called us many times and just started speaking obscenities, starting out normal, and then he gets his girlfriend on and she'll call up. And, poor Johnny, he's trying to screen the calls. Well, how are you going to screen it? Of course they're going to be nice and tough to get on air. It's just immature.
Yeah. All right. Well,
what was that?
How many people usually hear this?
Well, it
like
varies.
2,000.
It varies.
But last time I looked, and plus now that I send the link out, even more when we do the Facebook Lives, but we do that when we go on camera, which that would be fun to do.
And I Twittered this show
with you in the future.
I Twittered
then that
this
could be
show.
another thing that you submit.
Yes, and I would love to come on your show again and tell you guys about the actual hell I went through on the drugs and how the Lord above saved me and walks with me through these hard times, like crazy stuff that happened to me, and it's such a blessing. And people just they're biting their fingernails, like, oh my gosh, what happened next? Like, really, did that really happen? You know what I mean? And so I would love to tell those stories because they are amazing that we got out.
Yes, and we need to be open with that, because people who get in accidents and they get on, I don't know if this happened to you, but from the pain, and you get on the painkillers, and that leads into everything else, and the depression, and the, oh God, I can't even move, I'm laying here again, my life is just, oh, how depressing. And then it takes another year to get over the depression. Well, the alcohol, that makes the depression better, and I see that. And how great of you to come out of that and then get a foundation going to help other people. Wow.
Exactly. And so I started doing meth in order to get off of the pain pills, and I ended up getting meth-induced psychosis, and I had it since 2013, and it's gone, but it's still it's hard because it's just something, it's a whole different
Can
level.
you tell us what that is exactly?
Meth-induced psychosis is hearing voices that you think are real. They're people that you know, and you think they're like in the other room or in another house just watching you the whole time and it's so real.
Yeah.
It's,
in the bin.
And then when you hear it more and you believe it, you start to get just more energy from that, and then the devil starts to take over, and who knows, if you keep using and if you keep doing these things, then you get worse, and then you have to, like, I had to cast out some things that were very scary, but I'd love to talk about it because it's something about my past.
I mean, and just not only that, but just a waste of time. I heard about somebody who stood at their peephole for literally 10 hours and just peered out of
it's a waste
because
of
they were
time.
so paranoid. I mean, that's just, you
for real
cannot see that you don't need to do that, and that is really a messed up, haywired thing going on upstairs there. Wow.
But every time I would get in those modes, I would get like almost addicted to my Bible, and I would just like find scriptures that were just at me, like saying, tell these to the people, tell these to yourself, like you are better than this, like you are sober-minded, like get out of hell. It was just crazy how much I would pray about something and I would point to scripture and it would be the same thing I just read. But that's on another time too, because I have to start from the beginning of when I was intrigued by the water in my soul, is what it's called.
Oh yes, I want to hear about that too. And the Bible, I have never heard of anything that has helped a person out of the depths of hell more than the Bible. So many success stories, and so many people in prison who have just like, there's no hope. And the way that they were able to even turn their lives around in that kind of predicament atmosphere and still make a difference in the world as a human. So I do think that is a great topic. And I am very glad to hear that you are doing it. And it was so wonderful talking to you and meeting you. And Johnny always finds amazing people through this wonderful seminar class.
Yeah, the statistics say only 1 out of 9 addicts make it. They stay clean the rest of their life. Only 1 out of 9 people. That's insane.
That's it?
So I was not going to be a statistic. When I heard that, I was like, I am not going to be one of those people. I will be the one that stays clean, and I will help that statistic come down, and that is my purpose.
You will not self-destruct. You will not. You have that in you.
Yeah.
Are you a Leo?
I'm that's funny because that's my descendant. I'm a Scorpio, but Leos are my descendant.
Yes, and they do not self-destruct. So I'm a
great.
Leo.
I have
that's
baby
why
boy Leo.
Actually, aren't you?
Oh, baby boy Leo. That's so awesome.
I was going to say, why don't you talk about your birthday party?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So I'm super excited because I'm going to be 40 this year, and I know that things are going to be changing, like I said. So on October 23rd this year, I'm having a party, and that is the same day as my brain injury 22 years ago, and I'm all about numerology and higher power, and 22 is the master number of all numbers, and so this 22 years being from my accident and having my birthday party is going to be huge. And so I decided it's going to be a funeral party for my past life.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be a charity event.
I love it.
So we're going to try to raise money. And so I just need to raise money, and it's really hard to do. But it's super fun.
But they have the answers. I can't wait to hear the answers of how to raise money. I mean, I raised a lot of money when I had my accident. I needed it. I missed 3 amazing modeling trips, and I was trying to move. And I had it all planned out to a T. I couldn't do anything. I was bruised head to toe when I fell down the staircase in Mexico in the middle of the night, naked, because I was getting, who knows what, going to the bathroom or getting a glass of water. I don't know. I went the wrong way, and I went downstairs. And I didn't know I had a concussion either. And, I mean, I didn't have it nearly as bad as you, but it has taken me now, it's 2 years. I just now feel like I found the thing that's going to get the kinks out where, why am I walking this way? Oh, I feel like I'm walking sideways. My equilibrium. Oh, my gosh, that's weird. Why is my palm and my wrist hurts? Like, oh, my gosh, I grabbed that weird and it tinged my whole body. You get sick of this, and I can only imagine if it was worse, like yours. I mean, rehabilitation lasts a lifetime. If we don't go stretch, I found Pilates recently. It's helping me. And the groin that never felt like I went back right, or the hip that comes out too easily. You know what I mean? You need to strengthen the muscles around. I mean, that is the road that you went down for a long, long time. But then you also learn how to be more healthy because you are on that road, which makes you have the good skin and the sleep that is working great, and being a good mom, and you know what I mean, and a gardener, a nurturer. I like how you can turn around something that was very traumatic into so many good things.
Yes, I've had to bounce back from everything, and when I figured out the logo and the name for Rebound, it was just like a whole nother level. Like, I stayed up all night for like 5 hours just doing all this cool, images with Rebound on it. And then the next day I was reading my Daily Bread, and it said that the Lord is congratulating you for your artistic work, and you're going to do amazing things with your life. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so amazing, because I had just gotten out of rehab and I was ready to soar. And my dad had told me, you know what? I feel like you could do some sort of a rehab center, or you could, I feel like you can touch a lot of lives. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? And then it just hit.
Yes,
so,
it clicked.
Yeah. Yes.
And then everything
cool.
made sense and fell into place. But when I even read that title, Rebound, I thought, wow, that is a good one. And it's strong, amazing that it was available. I can't even believe it, It's amazing. It's perfect. I love it. It's not like some, wimpy, like, woman's house thing sounding,
something,
those kinds. Right. I like it. It is strong. It's great. So how exciting. I'm glad that you are here tonight. I'm glad that you are in our lives. And also with coming back on my show, The Barbara Moore Show, which Johnny is producing on the Roku, my Roku TV channel, that you will be seen on camera. So do you have a thing that you have to check off with your, what is it called, Be Seen Live or Be on TV Boot Camp? Which one are you doing right now?
The Be Seen Live.
Okay.
So pretty much they are just
is one of them where you have to be on TV?
Yeah, so they're just trying to get you to do anything. So yes, TV, and then to be able to post that I was on TV, then they're like, good, she's making connections. This is what we want. So yeah,
some people have a hard time.
Yeah, other people are like, well, I haven't done my live yet, and it's like you just got to go for it. But
are they afraid to ask? Are they afraid to just look around and ask anybody? I could see how that would be intimidating for just a regular person who hasn't been around the entertainment industry.
The only reason why I actually got the courage to go live was because there was one time I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden we saw this house on fire, and so I was like, oh my gosh. And so I started going live on Facebook, and I'm like, we're here at this house in Pocatello, Idaho, and it's on fire, and all these things. And they're like, wow, you could be really good on camera. You're a good newscaster. So then it gave me courage going live. And then I ended up doing the 22 push-up challenge. And so I would do that every day, and then people would start saying, hey, you're my hero. Like, I'm like, what? So, yeah, it's just been really empowering to go live on Facebook.
I remember, I think, didn't you do that challenge too, Johnny? A long time ago.
I don't know about that. I know that there was a like I'm going to be when I've been getting some help from some of the people who took to be on TV challenge about making a pitch, but I don't want to get talk about show stuff on this on the. You always say that's boring, but that's I don't know if what challenge you're talking about. By the way.
Oh, I was talking about the 22 push-up challenge.
Oh,
yeah.
I never did that. No.
Oh, I thought
it was pretty fun, and it actually did lower the suicide rate for soldiers that came home from war. So it was 22 soldiers a day would commit suicide, and so bringing that 22 push-up challenge brought it down to 21. So at least it brought it down to 21 a day. So that was cool.
Oh, my goodness.
I
know. I did see it. It wasn't because of Johnny. I did see that. I saw that, and I thought, okay, I saw a couple of people doing that. That was cool. I forgot.
It was hard.
Oh, I remember. You know who was doing that, Johnny? Lorenzo, my ex-fiance, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at it. It reminds me of what I did for ALS, the Ice Bucket Challenge, where you put the
wanted
ice
to do
bucket.
that. Yes, that reminds me of it too, and I always wanted to do that, but I never did it.
That raised a lot of money.
That's cool. Yeah, I would love to raise.
You saved 1%.
What?
You saved 1% of the veterans that committed suicide. So it wasn't about the money, like raising the money for that one, the 22 push-ups. It was about raising awareness to try to stop it.
Yeah.
We care type of thing statement.
Yeah.
I really like all of that. That's just feel-good stuff. And I like also how your father, I just did a show for my dad's birthday, September 26th, on that date. You can find it on the YouTube, Life After Happiness YouTube channel, along with this shortly after we're done. You can find it about how important it is to have a great dad. Some people don't have that. And as a daughter, I'm talking about. And how he's still, you're turning 40 and he's still saying, you could do that. That's like my dad. You could do that. You would be good.
Yeah, he's the one that has faith in me.
Encouraging. I love
my mom's always like,
and
you
look
just
how
want to
far.
be on TV. You're just conceited. I'm like, no, I have a purpose, okay? Someday I'll buy you a car. I promise.
Just like that, it's a little more shallow. It's just the surface. I get it totally, but that's so great that you have that.
It's so stupid that I'm doing my own birthday party that I'm 40. I'm like, why? Why is that stupid? She goes, nobody does that. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm gonna do it then. Nobody does it, huh?
And I'm glad you don't worry about it too much because she'll never understand if she doesn't understand now. And that's just what we do. Yeah. Hey. If you want to be what you're doing, be seen live. If you want to.
Yes.
This is called the entertainment business. Hello, Mom. Guess what?
Right.
This is my job now. This is my job having parties. This is my job talking on the radio as the guest. So, hey, if you find that is not a great job, that's your opinion.
But now since I have been telling her this and that I won that $500, she goes, well, when you go to New York on your interviews, you better tell them that your mom has to come with you. I'm like, oh, now you care when I'm ready to go fly around the country?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, and even so when I was pregnant with Brighton, my 12-year-old daughter, I was just going into Canyon View. It's a week-long program to get clean because I found out I was pregnant with Brighton. And so I was like, okay, I feel like I need to write to Ellen. And I wrote this letter, and everyone there, was like, yeah, you should write it to her. Maybe she could help you, and I had nothing, at that time. I had no rebounds, no nothing, just my brain injury and my child that I'm going to have to take care of. And I wrote the letter, and I showed it to everybody, and then I showed it to my mom, and she said, she's not going to care about you. You don't need to write that. Just throw it away. And it just crushed me for 6 years. And then I finally was like, you know what? I don't care about what my mom says. I'm going to freaking do this. So then I finally wrote to her. So I wish I would have sent it a long time ago. But that's okay.
This is serious about how you felt with your mom. Like, it is sad when we aren't receiving that encouragement that you really do deserve.
Yeah.
That's an adversity that you are dealing with, and it hurts your feelings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard. And then my dad sometimes, you know, he has to kind of go with what my mom says, but really deep down, he wants to help me. Like when I have some money to help with my portfolio and they wouldn't pay for it. And so my dad was like, well, I can't go against your mom, you know. So I had to go out and get donations and sponsors to help me make a portfolio.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So she really is kind of the boss, well, where that's concerned. So it's okay because you did it, right?
Yes.
And I did not go further and look at your Facebook or anything. I'm going to do that later. But when I get off the show, I would like to follow you. And this is a good time. We're going to wrap it up now. And thank you for staying on a little longer because there's a lot to cover with you, Brittney.
I got lots more. And these are very inspirational, too, when you hear the next part.
Okay. Well, I want to. I mean, it is interesting, and a lot of people almost were in bad accidents, like you actually were. Mm-hmm. And there might be things that you experienced in that whole week coma that could still come out. You know, your brain's working. Your brain isn't just stopped, because then you would be dead. Your brain never does shut down, not even when you sleep. That's when it even works harder of putting everything together, you know, calculating all your feelings. That's why people say, I need to sleep on it. So when you were in that coma for one full week, that's a whole interesting thing I'd like to hear about as well. So we would love to have you back, but tell us where, besides Facebook, and you spell Brittney. Just like normal. Brittney.
N-E-Y. Because I'm not just any Brittney, okay? Do you get it?
Okay, so I thought your way was the way. E-Y. No. The two T's. Okay, and then your last name, C-R-A-N-E-Y.
So it's not A-N-Y because I'm not just any Brittney. Get it?
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Was I doing a blonde moment there, Johnny?
No, it's kind of confusing, but no, it's fine because when I first heard it too, I was serving someone at the restaurant I was working at, and they said, "How do you spell your name?" I said, Brittney, and they go, "Oh, because you're not just any Brittney." I'm like, "What?" And then I was like, and then they spelled it A-N-Y, Brittney. I was like, "Oh, shoot, okay, I'm not just any Brittney."
I like that. That is funny.
Yeah.
So that's good. And Crandall, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, Crandall. And I always tell people, can you Crandall it?
Oh, I love it. So that's a good association so we could remember your name. But after you see her picture, you're not going to have to remember a spelling, everybody. She is super pretty. Brunette with a little highlights, the most adorable. Well, I'm not seeing your child, but I'm sure. Adorable.
He's the cutest. He's quarter black, so that says something right there.
Oh, yes, he's wonderful. Oh, look at that hair. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
And
I love it.
He's a
professional.
I can always hear him in the room. He'll be in another room, and he's like, "Mommy, my sweetheart."
Oh, that's so sweet. And little boys are the sweetest.
Yeah,
they are the sweetest. And also, when you're on Facebook, follow or like Brittney, and then you'll see her link there for Rebound LLC, and there is a nice link there to learn more and all about what they're doing there, including their website and phone number, and I see email. So Everything's there for you,
Yes.
everybody. And what about Instagram and Twitter?
Yes, I was just going to say Instagram is, you can follow me at Rebound Nation 22, and that's just my rebound stuff. And it's just kind of newer. It's not very old.
Okay.
And then at TikTok
Right.
at Brittney Crandall, because that's my favorite place to post. I love TikTok. It's fun.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll get me into it because I have to add that. And it's
pretty fun.
Okay, well, might be really something that I should have done a long time ago. Maybe I'll love it.
All you have to do if you don't even want to post there, you just make an account. So, and then you can just follow people and watch me.
And I
always
have about 5,000 followers on mine.
I
great.
never looked at yours.
I'm trying to get more followers. I just got 1,044. So I've been really trying to get people, because I want to be able to do a creator fund, which means that you can ask for donations there, but you have to have 10,000 followers to start. So I have a ways to go. So please follow me on TikTok. I'm going to start because I think that could help everybody, so we can swirl it around, because I don't think TikTok's going away, and I need to get on the TikTok bandwagon, which I have tried before, but it's just not my thing, but I'm going to go back. That's how I was too. I was
by
like,
the
no,
year
I'm
to
not
get to
TikTok.
10,000, so fun.
Yeah. So it's fun.
All right,
And I'm also going to be going live on TikTok every 2nd and the 22nd of each month, and I'm going to do giveaways.
Oh, cool. Okay, well, we will post that too, and we will definitely make sure we get the reminders from you, and we'll post that all over our social media as well. So everybody, thank you for listening, and please go and follow Brittney Crandall.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Let me know that you heard me on the radio.
Press rewind.
Let me know
if you didn't catch it, because we went over it. Yes. And what did you say, Brittney? What were you saying?
I said, let me know that you heard me on the radio. If you follow me on any of those social media platforms, just give me a little message that says you've heard me.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So where you're going to be able to find it after tonight is on our YouTube channel, Life, Laughter, Happiness. And while you're there, subscribe and like everything that you listen to if you do. And we would appreciate that support. So thank you, Brittney, so much. This was great, and we can't wait to have you back on
Yes.
Barbara Moore Show soon.
Thank you.
Right, Johnny?
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny.
All right, well,
good night, everybody.
good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye,
Brittney.
guys. Good night.
Bye.